Hello, Rooted people. It's Kamal Bigum of the Rooted Project. I'm here to leave you guys with a new reflection. Tonight, I want to talk to you guys about something that I've spoken about before. The topic of who are your teachers is something I say and have said a lot because I feel like as we continue to prosper and choose what we're deciding to take in and what we're deciding to put away and ignore, I think it's a very self-reflective question to ask someone like, who are your teachers? Like, who do you learn from? Who do you look up to? Like, who are your role models, like in daily life, right? But for this reflection to take it further, I thought to myself, like, okay, we have our teachers, we have our people that are around us, our mentors, our people we idolize, the people we look up to, our peers that are our motivation in different ways for us, right? But I thought there's a big piece of that I haven't talked about, right? And it's actually right behind me, for example. And who are our forefathers is the next question that I wanted to bring about, because it's one thing to have people that you look up to, that you idolize, that you choose to use as role models as you continue to inspire you for whatever reason. But I think there's a deeper truth for a lot of us that I want us to kind of open ourselves up to, and it has to do with legacy. I think when there's so many things and places, people, situations, and experiences that go into us being alive right now. Like if you look at like your family tree or all the people that had to hook up and like all the migrating and the lying and all that other stuff that had to go down for you to be here right now, it's unbelievable. You can't even really fathom how much it is, and it makes you think about how blessed you are to actually be here in this moment, right? But to even expand on that, I'm thinking about it from a perspective of, wow, like it took all that for me to be here. Think about all the legacies. Think about all the messages. Think about all the sacrifices that were taken for me to be here today, right? And not just about my family tree, but beyond that, not even just as being an African American, not even just as being an American, just being a human being. There's so much that so many people have fought for. So many people have so many messages that people have tried to push out there for people to get. So many books that have been written that are timeless. So many old recipes and old what do you call those? I can't think of it. Like medicine or whatever, cultural things that people do or whatever. Like, it just makes me really think about how much in this moment are we really connecting to that history? And not that we need to be connected to all of it. I'm talking more particularly in terms of who you're trying to become and what you want your legacy to be about. Because it's cool to be individualistic. I'm all about that. I'm all about finding your voice and being in your truth, right? But there's also, I think, a huge support system of past sacrifices, past people, past legacies that have been set for us that can help take everything that we're doing and help give us direction. Lately, I've been talking a lot about the issues with being alone and having a voice, or being different, and finding ways to build bridges with those around you. I think this is one of those huge ways too that can build to that process. Realizing the true stories or legacies that were really being left for you, and finding out how you connect to that and how you can build upon that. What can you do that gives that show what no, let me reverse. Let me rewind. Not what can you do. What is it that you're trying to create that has already been started? Who has already set the building blocks for what you're trying to create? Have you really spent the time to really dive in, research, understand the true message that these people, these movements stood for, beyond just what we all know, or some of the things you luckily learned, but really take a passionate effort and find that out. Then with that information, finding a way, find how you connect to it and what can you do to take it to the next level. Yeah, because for this reflection, like it's just, I think that just says so much. I think we're again lucky to be here, and we're standing on the shoulders of giants, right? But how often are we paying attention to those giants? How often are we really seeing all the legwork, all the greatness, all the stories, sacrifices that were done? I feel like there's this big disconnect that's happening in our world, and I just want us to be careful about that, because it's not necessarily just about the bigger picture and everybody getting along and everyone being on the same page, but I just want to make sure that we're building something that's in unison with the vision that's already been started. There's a lot of things that are happening today that people saw coming years ago, decades ago. And this might not be for you. This video might not mean anything to you. But there are people I know that are watching this that understand what I'm talking about. And for us out there that have that journey, have that natural inclination to something deeper and trying to bring something into this world in whatever field that might be, I just think this is a dope reminder for us to think about where we come from, not just from our parents, but where our message really comes from, and connect with that message. And I think it supports and brings more power to what we're continuing to create. There's just a lot of information out there, and I want us to make sure that we're utilizing it, especially when it comes to our purpose and our reason for being, as we wake up tomorrow, as we woke up today, and we continue to create and manifest all that is within us in whichever way possible. So I hope this reflection reaches you. It's definitely from the heart, and something that I definitely, take in and is a part of who I am. So I hope this shares with you and it reaches you the same way. So peace and light. I love you all. Stay rooted. Who are your forefathers? Peace.